Okay, so we start abstract algebra or modern algebra. Abstract algebra, or the another name is modern algebra. So weightage of this subject in the NET examination is 35 to 40 marks. So if you consider any paper, कोई भी पेपर आप उठाएंगे नेट का, तो उसमें आपको 35 to 40 मार्क्स के जो क्वेश्चंस है वो आपको ये मॉडर्न अलजेब्रा में से मिल जाएंगे. So if you see the beauty of this subject, then it is easy to understand, and if you observe the questions, then you will find that the questions from this subject are up to 15 to 20 marks question will be based on the statements. It will not require any kind of calculation, and the remaining questions require some types of calculation, but that calculation is also very easy. So actually this subject is very easy. In modern algebra if you look in the as far as the NET concern, then it contains group theory, that is group theory, then ring theory and fields, and homomorphism etc. is there. But if we divide this subject in broad way, as far as NET concern, then it contains three components: group, rings and fields. So we start with groups. See, at the school level, when you study at college level, when you study the group, then you start with let star be a binary operation on a non-empty set, say G, and if satisfy these four conditions, then we say it is this structure is a group, and we start at there. लेकिन ये जो सब्जेक्ट है एब्स्ट्रैक्ट अलजेब्रा, टू अंडरस्टैंड द सब्जेक्ट, टू अंडरस्टैंड द फ्लेवर of the subject, we have to start with the relations. हमें यहाँ से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए relations थी. See, if you understand the properly relation, then the whole subject will depends on four types of relations. 4 relations ऐसे आपको मिलेंगे, उस पर ये पूरा सब्जेक्ट टिका हुआ है. So we will first start with relations, and then we will move for the groups and rings and then fields. So first our object is group. So we start with relation, we properly understand the group theory, then we'll move for the rings and then fields. Okay, so before going groups, let us divide our group theory in some units. So in group theory, this will be our road map of the subject. First we learn relations. Then in the why we learn relations. See, we will learn 4 relations throughout the group theory. There are 4 relations in the group theory based on which group theory is stand. So first is modulo and relation, congruent modulo and. Let me write full: congruence modulo and. The second one is congruence modulo H. H is a subgroup of some group. Third relation is conjugacy relation. and fourth relation is being an isomorphism. See, if you properly understand these four types of relation, then it will be very easy to understand the group theory. So that's why we will start with the relations. Then next topic we'll learn, that is binary operation and fundamental algebraic structures. सी कॉलेज लेवल में और मास्टर लेवल में क्या होता है कि जब ग्रुप पढ़ते हैं तब क्या आता है कि लेट जी बी ए नॉन एम्प्टी सेट एंड स्टार बी ए बाइनरी ऑपरेशन and it will satisfy 1 2 3 4 condition, then we say that this structure is a group. And in this four properties we deal with we come across the identity and existence of inverse, associativity, closure property. So see, these four properties are not of only group. You can discuss this four property or more than these four properties, distributive law etc., only with help of binary operation. ये ग्रुप है तो ही ये आइडेंटिटी है, ग्रुप है तो ही इनवर्स का एग्जिस्टेंस है, ऐसा नहीं है. वी कैन लर्न बाइनरी ऑपरेशंस इंडिपेंडेंटली एंड इट्स सम बेसिक प्रॉपर्टीज और बेसिक एल्जेब्रिक स्ट्रक्चर. सो विल सी बाइनरी ऑपरेशन, identity element of the binary operation, inverse with respect to binary operation, and its associativity, its commutativity, its distributivity separately without defining the group, and then we move for the group. So we will discuss binary operations and its details or fundamental algebraic structure first, then we move for the groups and its basic property. Groups and its basic properties. Okay, so here we exactly develop the idea of group. What is group? We define the group, then we'll consider n number of examples of the groups and its properties, how the elements of the group behave etc. We'll discuss the properties of group, finite group, infinite group, abelian, non-abelian. So we'll discuss all these things here. Then we'll discuss subgroups and cyclic groups. So here we will have some idea of if you have given a group, then what is the subgroup, how we claim that this subset is a subgroup, what is cyclic groups. So here we develop the ideas of subgroups and cyclic groups. Then we will go for the cossets and Lagrange's theorem. See, this Cossat and Lagrange's theorem, this is believed to the first milestone of abstract algebra. ये Cossat's and Lagrange's theorem will start to unfold the group. आपको ये Lagrange's theorem पता है, then you can claim, suppose order of G is 10, then immediately you will claim that either it is abelian or non-abelian. If it is abelian, then it must be the cyclic, and if it is non-abelian, then it must be of this form. So by the Lagrange's theorem, groups will start to unfold. You will get some information from the group without knowing the group. What is the binary operation on the group? We don't know. Which type of element in the group? We don't know. But still, with the help of Lagrange's theorem, you can get some basic information about the groups, and it is believed to be the first milestone of the abstract algebra. Okay, so here we have Cossat's and Lagrange's theorem. Then we learn the homomorphisms. See, homomorphisms are the very important things in the throughout the modern algebra, abstract algebra. See, homomorphism is the main thing in the abstract algebra. If you know the homomorphism, it means if you handle properly homomorphism, then you can handle anything in the algebra. So this is very important. And if you look at the questions in the NET examination, and if you have good grip on the homomorphism, then you can cover so many marks out of 35 to 40 marks, and so many questions are based on the homomorphism. So this is the very important topic. This is the very important topic among all the topics. Okay, then we go for the normal subgroups. We write here normal subgroups and quotient groups. So after defining the homomorphism, we can talk about its kernel, etc. And we know that kernel is a normal subgroup of the group once you have homomorphism. So with the help of this normal subgroup and quotient group, you have more information about the group. And here we learned the first, second and third isomorphism theorems, etc. And quotient group, of course. And we analyze the group with the help of this homomorphism, normal subgroups and quotient groups. And group will unfold more. Then let me number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and finally we have 8th, Syllo's theorem. So in this Syllo's theorem, actually our aim in the group theory is this, to understand all the Syllo's theorems. So there are 14 to 15 results. Here we will discuss 14 to 15 results of Syllo's theorem. So with the help of these results and the results which we have discussed here, you can unfold the group fully. अब पूरा जो ग्रुप है वो अनफोल्ड हो जाएगा और पूरी सब इंफॉर्मेशन बाहर आने लगेगी with the help of this 14 to 15 results. So our first aim is this Lagrange's theorem and then Syllo's theorem. And in 9th chapter we will discuss some whatever the remaining. इसमें से जो कुछ बाकी रह जाएगा वो that let me give the name of this chapter is appendix. So here we will discuss the remaining things about the group. So this will be what our tentative roadmap of the group theory for the NET syllabus. So we start with the relation, and believe me, if you know these 4 relations properly, then you will find any concept in the group theory will be based on these 4 relations. कोई भी टॉपिक उठाएंगे तो उसका जो रूट है वो किसी न किसी एक रिलेशंस पे आपको मिलेगा. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द रिलेशंस. Let A and B be 2 sets. Then A क्रॉस B. तो इतना तो मैं मान सकता हूँ कि आपको ये पता है A क्रॉस B. A cross B is what? Cartesian product of two sets A and B. और वो डिफाइन होता है A cross B is what? It is a collection of order pairs like A comma B where A belongs to A and B belongs to B. So this is what just a definition of Cartesian product. So now we want to define the relation. So what is relation? So definition: any subset of A cross B is called a relation from A to B. See, in abstract algebra, let me make one thing clear. आपकी जो डेफिनेशन है वो आपको क्लियर होनी चाहिए. कोई भी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट एल्जेब्रा सब्जेक्ट डिपेंड्स ऑन द डेफिनेशंस. फर्स्ट यू अंडरस्टैंड द डेफिनेशन प्रॉपरली एंड योर डेफिनेशन शुड बी नीट एंड क्लियर. मतलब डेफिनेशन में सो देयर एग्जिस्ट है, फॉर ऑल है, तो ये सब कंडीशन आपको एज इट इज़ पता होनी चाहिए कि इन डेफिनेशन में द डेफिनेशन इज़ फॉर एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ दिस स्ट्रक्चर और फॉर दैट एलिमेंट you should have some existence of the another element, whatever. So whatever the condition is given, that is what very important in the definition. You can't change any condition in the definition. So this is my first definition. Any subset of A cross B is called a relation from A to B. So let us consider one example. You take A is equal to ABC and B is equal to say 1 2 3. Then what we have? A cross B is what? A1, A2, etc. You know. So in A cross B, how many elements? 9 elements are there, right? Let me write last element. Last element will be C comma 3 if you write in some order. Then A1, A2, etc. You have 9 elements. Now any subset of A cross B is called a relation from A to B. See here you are considering the subset of A cross B, then then relation is what? From A to B. So in definition you have some direction. Direction is what? Relation from A to B. It is not like B to A. It is not mentioned here like B to A. So relation from A to B is what? Any subset of A cross B. So let me consider R. R is equal to A1, A2 and A3. So this is what? This is a subset of A cross B. So this is what? One relation. One relation from A to B. See here R is what? R is a subset of A cross B. अच्छा, हम सबसेट कैसे बनाते हैं? कोई भी सेट दिया है तो उसमें से सबसेट कैसे बनाएंगे? तो वो जो सेट है उसमें से आप कुछ एलिमेंट को सिलेक्ट करेंगे कि ये एलिमेंट सिलेक्ट किया, ये किया, इसको नहीं लेना है, दूसरा किया. तो मतलब ये जो सिलेक्शन है, सिलेक्शन के लिए कोई ना कोई रूल होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज़ व्हाट A1, A2, A3. सो यहाँ पे आपको कोई रूल दिखेगा. सो इफ़ यू try to analyze, then what will be the rule? Rule may be more than one. See here we can see here our element of A is related to 1, is related to 2 and it is related to 3, but these two elements B and C are not related to any element of B. So we can capture this rule from this R. तो यहाँ से हमें ये एक रूल मिल रहा है कि हमारा जो सेट A का A एलिमेंट है वो B के हर एक एलिमेंट से रिलेटेड है, लेकिन A का सेट A का A के अलावा बाकी के दो एलिमेंट है वो किसी एलिमेंट से रिलेटेड नहीं है. सो ये एक हमारा रूल बनता है इधर. और सपोज यू हैव से S इज इक्वल टू से A1, B2 and C3. Then this is also what? S is also subset of A cross B. So S is also relation from A to B. So here we may have also some rule. तो यहाँ पर हम क्या रूल बना सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे हम सेट A का फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, इफ़ यू ऑर्डर द सेट in this way, A, B and C, then 1, 2 and 3, then first element is related to first, second is related to second and third is related to third. और ये भी कह सकते हैं कि एक एलिमेंट एग्जैक्टली वन एलिमेंट के साथ वो रिलेटेड है, लेकिन कौन सा एलिमेंट वो हम पता नहीं. मतलब देर आर सम रूल, समटाइम इट मे बी हिडन, बट whenever you construct the subset, then you have some rule for the selection of element of that subset. So here R and S are examples of the relations from A to B. So first question, तो हमें कितने रिलेशन मिलेंगे? So how many relations we get from A to B? और आप कोई भी नेट का पेपर उठाएंगे तो उसमें जो भी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट अलजेब्रा का क्वेश्चन है उसमें से आपको मोर देन 75% क्वेश्चन आपको ऐसे मिल जाएंगे कि उसमें ये पूछा होगा कि इस ऑर्डर के एलिमेंट्स कितने हैं, कितने आइसोमॉर्फिज्म्स मिलेंगे, कितने होमोमॉर्फिज्म मिलेंगे, कितने सब ग्रुप है, कितने नॉर्मल सब ग्रुप है. एनी क्वेश्चन विल बी बेस्ड ऑन द काउंटिंग, हाउ मेनी इंस्टेड ऑफ विच, कौन सा है उससे उसके बदले कितने मिलेंगे, उस पर आपको क्वेश्चंस ज़्यादा मिलेंगे. और यदि ऐसा नहीं है क्वेश्चन, फिर भी वो अल्टीमेटली वो काउंटिंग पे आ जाएगा. तो हमें यहाँ पहला क्वेश्चन हम राइज करते हैं कि ये ए और बी आपको सेट दिए हैं, तो उस पर आपको कितने रिलेशंस मिलेंगे फ्रॉम ए टू बी. सो लेट अस सो हियर, so number of relations from A to B is equal to what? So what is the definition of relation? You consider any subset of A cross B, then it will be relation from A to B. So how many relations? So as many relations as many you have subsets. So number of relations from A to B is equal to number of subsets ऑफ ए क्रॉस बी. ए क्रॉस बी के जितने सबसेट्स आपको मिलेंगे उतने आपको रिलेशंस मिलेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई कंसीडर ए इज इक्वल टू एन एंड बी इज इक्वल टू जेड, देन योर ए क्रॉस बी इज व्हाट? एन क्रॉस जेड. सो एन एंड जेड आर इनफाइनाइट सेट्स, सो यू हैव infinitely many subsets. Here n cross z is also infinite set, so you have infinitely many subsets, so you have infinitely many relations from n to z. तो आपको इन्फाइनेटली मैनी मिलेंगे. और यदि आपके पास ए और बी फाइनाइट सेट्स है, फॉर एग्जांपल हियर ए एंड बी आर फाइनाइट, तो आपको कितने मिलेंगे? तो सो लेट अस डिराइव और जस्ट राइट डाउन द फॉर्मूला. So let cardinality of A, this is notation for the cardinality, means number of elements in the set. Cardinality of A is M, cardinality of B is N. Then what we have, then cardinality of A cross B will be what? M into N. So number of relations from A to B is equal to number of subsets of A cross B. अब A cross B में M into N एलिमेंट्स हैं, तो उसके सबसेट्स कितने मिलेंगे? 2 raised to M into N. Or you may say it is what? It is a 2 raised to, what is M into N? M into N is cardinality of A cross B. So this is what we have formula for the number of relations from A to B. So for example, suppose cardinality of A is 3. In our previous example, A contains 3 elements. Cardinality of B is also 3, 1, 2, 3. So number of relations from A to B is equal to 2 raised to 3 into 3, that is 2 raised to 9. So 2 raised to 9, that is 512, 512. इतने रिलेशंस आपको मिलेंगे. 2 raised to 9, that is 512. Okay, before going this, let us discuss some reference books. Let me give some names of books. एब्स्ट्रैक्ट अलजेब्रा के लिए आपको यदि पढ़नी है बुक्स, देन यू कैन गो फॉर फर्स्ट इज J.A. गैलियन. ये एक अच्छी बुक है, J.A. गैलियन, जोसेफ ए गैलियन. अनदर बुक इज Dumit and Foote. Then third one is Herstein. Herstein is nice book. ये बुक है, ये छोटी सी बुक है, लेकिन इसकी जो लैंग्वेज है थोड़ी टफ है एज कंपेयर टू द गैलियन. देन यू कैन गो फॉर द M. आर्टिन, माइकल आर्टिन. ये भी अच्छी बुक है, आर्टिन. और यू कैन गो फॉर द J.B. फ्रेले. J.B. फ्रेले. J.B. फ्रेले is a very nice book, but if you want to really start, then you can start with Gallian or Dumit and Foote. And Frele and Herstein are for theory part. If you recall or revise the theory, then you go for the Herstein, Frele. And these two books are for example point of view. There are so many and good examples are given in Gallian and Dumit and Foote. But if you are beginners, and then I will suggest you go for the J. Gallian. This one is a very nice book, Gallian. Or another way is what you just refer this material. You don't go for the books, but to refer the reference book is a good habit. ओके, सो हमने क्या डिफाइन किया? एनी सबसेट ऑफ A क्रॉस B इज कॉल्ड अ रिलेशन फ्रॉम A टू B. सी एल्जिब्रा में आपको हमेशा वो कुछ डिफाइन किया होगा कि फॉर दिस टू एलिमेंट्स यू हैव दिस, देन वी से दिस. So whenever you have given two things, not only in algebra, in mathematics, whenever you have given two things, then always you try to observe what happened that two things are equal. So here we have given any subset of A cross B. A and B are sets. Any two sets, there is no restriction on A and B, and they are not called that these two A and B are distinct. So what happened if A and B are equal? So you take B is also A, then here A cross B, here we have A cross A. So now you look at any subset R of A cross A, then what we can say? R is a relation from A to A. But when we have A and B are equal, then instead of saying relation from A to A, we just say relation on A. So let us give the next definition. Okay, let me write this is definition. Any subset of A cross A is called a relation on A. इसको बोलते हैं relation on A, not from A. It is also true from A to A, but we'll just say it is a relation on A when A and B are same. Okay, so how many relations? So if cardinality of A is n, then number of relations on A is equal to what? 2 raised to cardinality of A cross A, and that is what? 2 raised to A में n एलिमेंट है तो A क्रॉस A में कितने हो गए? n स्क्वायर, n इंटू n, दैट इज n स्क्वायर, सो इट इज n स्क्वायर. So this is just a formula for the number of relations on a set A when A is finite set having n elements. Okay. So if you have two sets A and B, and if you have given some relation, say R is a relation from A to B, then it is not necessary that it is a relations from B to A also. B2 है वो जो कोई रिलेशन A to B है तो वो B to A हो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. यदि हमें वो बात करनी है कि वो जो रिलेशन है वो A to B है, A to B है और B to A भी है, then we say that relation is both the way relation. So let us define the next relation, that is both the way relation. So next definition, let A and B be two sets. If R is a subset of A cross B and R is also a subset of B cross A. See, R is a subset of A cross B means what? R is a relation from A to B. And R is a subset of B cross A means what? R is a subset of R is a relation from B to A also. So if R is a subset of A cross B and R is a subset of B cross A, then we say that R is a relation, is a both ways relation. That is from A to B and B to A as well. So a relation is said to be both the way relation if it is from A to B and as well as B to A also. अच्छा, तो ऐसे रिलेशन में क्या होता है? So let us count how many relations we get which are both the way relations, both ways relation. So let me discuss here. So let R be a both ways relation. That is, R is a subset of A cross B and R is subset of B cross A also. Okay, so you take one element AB from R. तो क्या होगा? This AB belongs to R. It means this AB will be belongs to A cross B and this AB will be in B cross A. So because R is a subset of A cross B as well as R is a subset of B cross A, so AB will be in A cross B as well as in B cross A. So from here I can say A belongs to A and B belongs to B. And from here I can say A belongs to B and B belongs to A. So from here what I can claim? A is in A and from here A is in B. From here B is in B and from here B is in A. So in short, here A and B both are in A and B. A belongs to A and B, so it will be in the intersection, and B will be also in A intersection B. So what can I say? If I put this A comma B in the order pair, then this A is in A intersection B and B is also in A intersection B. So A comma B will be belongs to A intersection B cross A intersection B. Okay. So what I have proved? If you take any element from R, AB belongs to R, then that AB will be in A intersection B cross A intersection B. So what I have proved? This R is a subset of A intersection B cross A intersection B. So this is my first thing. तो हमने क्या प्रूव किया कि सपोज मेरे पास कोई R रिलेशन है, वो बोथ द वे रिलेशन है, बोथ वे रिलेशन ऑन A एंड B, ऑन A एंड B. तो हमने प्रूव किया कि जो वो रिलेशन है वो A इंटरसेक्शन B क्रॉस A इंटरसेक्शन B का सबसेट होगा. फर्स्ट थिंग. नाउ सेकेंड थिंग, दिस A इंटरसेक्शन B इज अ सबसेट ऑफ A and A intersection B is also subset of B also. So here what I can say, this A intersection B cross A intersection B is a subset of, this one is a subset of A and this one is a subset of B. So this one is a subset of A cross B. Similarly I can say A intersection B cross A intersection B is a subset of, A intersection B is a subset of B and A intersection B is a subset of A also. So A intersection B cross A intersection B will be subset of both A cross B and B cross A. So this is my second observation. Third thing, so how many relations I will get? तो यहाँ से हमें क्या पता चलता है कि कोई भी रिलेशन मेरा बोथ द वे रिलेशंस है तो उसको क्या होना चाहिए, उसको एक इंटरसेक्शन B क्रॉस A इंटरसेक्शन B का सबसेट होना जरूरी है. आपने कोई भी बोथ वे रिलेशन उठाया ऑन A एंड B, देन we have here proved that it is a subset of A intersection B cross A intersection B. Means any both the way relation is what? It is a subset of this thing. So how many you will get? So as many both the way relation, as many you have the subset of A intersection B cross A intersection B. So if cardinality of A intersection B is R, means A intersection B में suppose R elements है, then number of both ways relation, number of both ways relations on A and B is equal to number of subsets of A intersection B cross A intersection B. इसके जितने सबसेट्स मिलेंगे उतने आपको बोथ वेरियस रिलेशंस मिलेंगे. तो इसके कितने सबसेट्स मिलेंगे? 2 कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ A इंटरसेक्शन B क्रॉस A इंटरसेक्शन B. ओके. So it is what? 2 cardinality of this is what? It is A intersection B square, cardinality of A intersection B square, and in A intersection B we have considered R elements, so it is 2 R square. तो ये एक बार आपको गेट में क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि ये आपको दो सेट दे दिए थे. Here I have not considered that set, but if you have given A is equal to some set, B is equal to some set, and then they ask how many both way relation, और लैंग्वेज कुछ ऐसी थी कि आपको A से B और B से A दोनों तरफ रिलेशन होना चाहिए, A to B एंड फ्रॉम B to A. तो ऐसे रिलेशंस आपको कितने मिलेंगे? मीन्स हाउ मेनी बोथ वे रिलेशंस फ्रॉम both ways relation on A and B. So you just find out the, from here set is very simple. So you just find out what is the number of elements in A. What is the, okay, no need to find number of elements in A. Okay, you just find out number of elements in A intersection B is what. You just find out, and for that you have to find A and B exactly it is what, and it is very easy. So once you know A intersection B's cardinality, then 2 raised to A intersection B square, cardinality of square of cardinality of A intersection B is the number of both ways relation from not from but on A and B. So this is what we have relation. So तो अब तक हमें जो रिलेशन है, हमने 3 टाइप के रिलेशन, नॉट इट्स टाइप बट वी हैव ट्राई टू डिफाइन रिलेशन in 3 categories. Suppose A and B 2 sets are given, then we have relation from A to B. If you have both the sets are equal, then relation on A, we know this, and when you have 2 sets, then both ways relation. Both ways relations. So we know how to find the number of relations from A to B, how to find number of relations on A, and number of relations both ways, number of both ways relations on A and B. Okay. So now let us consider next thing. Okay. So okay, let us consider one example of the relation. For example, let me consider a set A. Set is constituted with say G. G stands for Gandhiji. H stands for say Hitler, and S stands for say Sardar Patel. So Gandhiji, Hitler and Sardar Patel. I have considered these 3 personality. Okay. So let me define. Okay, before going this example, let me write one note. Let R be a relation from A to B then first thing is what? R will be a subset of A cross B, first thing. So let X comma Y belongs to R. I consider X comma Y belongs to R. Then this X comma Y belongs to R, it is equivalent to, we write X, we write, let me write in this way, XY is in R, it means that X R Y. You write in this way or in this way, there is nothing mathematics, this is just notation. So whenever I have 2 elements in R, R is the relations from A to B, then X comma Y belongs to R means X is related to Y, or we read X is related to Y via R. So these 3 things are equal. X is related to Y via R, you say in words, or you write X R Y means X is related to Y via R, or it is equivalent to say X Y is in R. Means A क्रॉस B का जो एलिमेंट है X Y उसका R में सिलेक्शन हुआ है, और जो कोई एलिमेंट R में से आ रहा है मीन्स and R is the relations from A to B, then X and Y are related via this relation. Suppose I may have some relation T, another subset T of A cross B, then it may have this XY belongs to R, but XY doesn't belongs to in T. So XY does not belongs to T, it means what? X, T, Y, we write in this way. We will put this slash on whatever the name of the relation. Or it may happen AB belongs to T, but this AB does not belongs to R. So it means what? A is related to B via T, but A is not related to B via R. So we write in this way. So this is just notation. Okay, so now let us come back to this example. So here I have considered one set A consists with these three persons, Gandhiji, Hitler and Sardar Patel. Okay, so now let me define this relation. X is related to Y, means for X comma Y belongs to A. X is related to Y if and only if X is a brother of Y. ओके, तो ये दो एलिमेंट में ए में से कोई दो एलिमेंट उठाता हूँ तो ये वो एक दूसरे से कैसे रिलेटेड है. यदि एक्स वाई का ब्रदर है देन वी से एक्स इज रिलेटेड टू वाई. ओके, सो फॉर दैट वी हैव टू मेक द क्लियर द डेफिनेशन ऑफ ब्रदर. व्हाट डू मीन बाय ब्रदर? ब्रदर मीन्स व्हाट? What is the definition of brother? So we define the what is brother. So first condition, first should be the when we say that X is brother, so X is male. When I say that X and Y are brother, X and Y brothers means what? So first condition, both X and Y are male, and second condition, X comma Y have same parents, same parent. So this is what definition. पहली कंडीशन दोनों मेल होने चाहिए और दोनों के जो पेरेंट्स है वो भी सेम होने चाहिए. देन आई से दैट एक्स एंड वाई आर ब्रदर. सो लेट अस सी व्हाट इज आर. सो जी मीन्स गांधी जी. सो व्हाट अबाउट दिस जी एंड जी? Gandhiji and Gandhiji. So both are male. First condition holds. Gandhiji and Gandhiji are male. Yes. And Gandhiji and Gandhiji have the same parent. So it means what? This G is related to G will be related to G according to our definition of brother. So Gandhiji and Gandhiji are brother. So see, if you consider any set of males only, males, then every male is a brother of himself according to the definition of our brother. So Gandhiji is related to Gandhiji because Gandhiji is brother of Gandhiji. Similarly, Hitler will be the brother of Hitler and Sardar Patel will be the brother of Sardar Patel. Now what about Gandhiji and Hitler? Gandhiji is not brother of Hitler, so G comma H will not be in R. Similarly, Gandhiji is not brother of Sardar Patel, or Hitler is not brother of Gandhiji and Sardar is not brother of Gandhiji and Hitler. So we have only these three things, three elements. So my relation is what? Relation R, if I define X is a brother of Y, then this R is this one. Okay, so now this is my first relation. Now let me define the second relation. You for X comma Y belongs to A, you define X S Y. S is some another, I give the name, another name S. If and only if X has blood relation with Y. X has blood relation with Y. Then obviously by definition of blood relation, every person has blood relation with himself. So Gandhiji has blood relation with Gandhiji. Gandhiji has blood relation with Hitler? No. Gandhiji has no blood relation with Sardar Patel. So GH and GS will not be there. Similarly here Hitler has blood relation with Hitler, but Hitler has no blood relation with Gandhiji and Sardar. And similarly Sardar has blood relation with himself, but he has no blood relation with Gandhiji and Hitler. So we have only this. See, so something we get something nice thing here. See, I have started with a set having 3 elements. Doesn't matter Gandhiji, Hitler and Sardar Patel. I have just started with these 3 elements, and I have imposed one relation on this set. Then I get these 3 elements, and I have defined some another relation. Then I also get the same element. These two are equal. See here, observe, R and S are equal. So यहाँ से हमें क्या सीखने को मिलता है कि ये जो रिलेशन है वो ये जो आप डेफिनेशन दे रहे हैं वर्ड्स में और इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंडीशन, यहाँ पे हमने ये सोशल एग्जांपल लिया तो हमने ये वर्ड्स की लैंग्वेज यूज़ की, एंड वी मे हैव सम मैथमेटिकल ऑब्जेक्ट्स एंड देन वी कैन डिफाइन सम relation in terms of mathematical condition also. So in short, whenever we define the relation, so when we say that these two relations are distinct or equal, so if these two subsets are equal, then these relations are equal. If your subsets are different, then relation is different. So it does not based on the definition of the relation, it based on the it will be based on the subsets. So let us give this knot. Two relations from A to B or on A, two relations from A to B are called distinct if the subsets, if the relations as subsets are distinct subsets of A cross B. See, अब ये जो डेफिनेशन है वो अलग होने से रिलेशंस डिस्टिंक्ट नहीं है, वो एज ए सबसेट डिस्टिंक्ट होने से वो अलग है. यदि डेफिनेशन अलग है और आपको ये जो सबसेट है वो सेम मिल रहे हैं तो रिलेशन अलग नहीं, वो दोनों सेम रिलेशन है. तो यहाँ पर अब मैं जब भी काउंट करने को बोलेंगे कि ये कोई सेट है और इस पर कितने रिलेशंस मिल रहे हैं और इस टाइप के कितने, अभी हम चर्चा करेंगे कि टाइप्स ऑफ रिलेशंस. सो सपोज रिफ्लेक्सिव रिलेशंस कितने हैं, सिमेट्रिक रिलेशन कितने हैं, एंटी सिमेट्रिक कितने हैं. तो मतलब जब भी वेन एवर वी काउंट द नंबर ऑफ रिलेशंस देन वी ऑलवेज काउंट द नंबर ऑफ सबसेट्स ऑफ पर्टिकुलर टाइप, नॉट बाय द डेफिनेशन. ये तो हम लाखों तरीके से डिफाइन कर सकते हैं कि x and y are related if we have this thing, if we have this thing, but all these things give the same thing, then all that relations are the same, not they are distinct. हम उसको डिस्टिंक्ट तभी मानेंगे जब हमारे पास ये जो सबसेट्स है वो आपको अलग अलग मिले. Okay, so now let us try to define different types of relations. So here we have types of relations. अच्छा, before going types of relation, now onwards let A be a set and R be a relation on A. So now onwards we consider only one set, not two sets. We have defined a relation from A to B, and there we consider A and B two sets, and there A and B may be different, but now onwards we consider A be a set and R be a relation on A. So that is what? R will be a subset of A cross A. So now we define types of relation. Okay, we define types of relations in next lecture. So our next agenda is what? We define certain types of relations. So let me just give the name. It will be void relation, then it will be universal relation, then identity relation, then we will discuss reflexive relation, then we will discuss irreflexive, then symmetric, then we will discuss asymmetric, antisymmetric, and then we discuss a transitive. See, there are so many relations on a set, circular relation, triangular relations. So there are so many types of relations, but as far as our group theory concerned, we need this type of relations. And of course, if your relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we say it is a equivalence relation, and we have equivalence classes and etc. But before we define these types of relations, and we discuss these types of relations in detail, but it will be in the next lecture. So we stop this lecture here. Thank you.